I hope that being as honest as we are about our finances is helpful to some of you out there in understanding how much a trip like this costs and some of the sacrifices that you have to make in your personal life to make it happen, as well as the fact that it's just possible, that it's really, truly possible for probably a lot more of you out there than you think.
And on that note, we're just going to finish up our bread and cheese and head out for some sightseeing and a really once-in-a-lifetime gondola tour.
That's also pretty expensive, but it'll be worth it.
I don't know if you knew this, but when you're walking through the streets of Venice, you'll see signs for gondola tours and gondola rides, and they're wildly expensive. 80 euros for a whole boat for 30 minutes. But if you make friends, you can rent it out as a group, or if you sign up with a tour group, you can pay 25 euros per person, and you get a shared ride. That's what we're going with today.
What is a minor miracle every day for us recently? We made it out of the house. I know, try not to be too proud of us. It's a bigger deal than it looks. We've been hanging out in Canary District, which is pretty close to our hotel. Every single day that we've been here, we come here as often as we can. I think we just kind of were looking for something a little bit quieter after how busy Rome and Florence were. There were so many people around every single day.
And now the only traffic that we have is boat traffic.
Yeah. It's a pretty big upgrade. The Canary District is sort of in the northwestern part of Venice. It's a much quieter, much more relaxed part, and the prices usually reflect that. Things are a little bit cheaper. So the coffee that Lisa got, we think is 2 euros. I don't know, we haven't paid for it yet. And the tea here, I wish I could have that coffee. That smells so good. I am unfortunately allergic to coffee. It's this long story related to dengue fever and all sorts of stuff. It's a story I'll tell later.
For now, I think we're just gonna hang out and drink some coffee and tea and watch the boats roll by. Enjoy a slow morning. So while we're splurging a little bit on the gondola ride, I found this amazing thing that you can do to see the best view in all of Venice, and it's completely free. All you have to do is go online to this website, I'll link it in the description below, make a reservation for a 15-minute time slot, and then you get to see a 360-degree view of Venice. It's located at one of the many duty-free shops near St. Mark's Basilica. It's supposed to be one of the best views here in the city, and it's completely free. See? Balancing out. Expensive and not. We have about an hour until our reservation to the rooftop terrace, so we're just gonna wander around this beautiful, beautiful canal area.
Now with the area around the Rialto Bridge, you can of course expect all the prices to be significantly higher. Basically for the same food that you'd get right along this main strip here, you can expect to pay almost double for the same food you'd get a block or two back. The food is just as good here as it is as almost any of the other restaurants within the nearby area, but you can't replace this view. Now I just want to talk for a minute about the history of these gondoliers because I think it's absolutely amazing. So the first recorded mention of a gondolier was over 1,000 years ago. And these gondoliers used to be more private taxi drivers than the tourist shuttles that they are right now. They used to be almost exclusively for just the upper class and the wealthy. Not only were they the best private taxis for these very wealthy individuals, but they also overheard a lot of interesting conversation and honestly a lot of secrets that these wealthy and upper class people have. So not only do these gondoliers have to be incredibly skilled at navigating all these waterways around here, but they also have to be trustworthy. So there are only 470 currently licensed gondoliers in the entire city of Venice, and that's because becoming a gondolier is really, really difficult. Not only do you have to be incredibly skilled at navigating a gondola through all these little waterways in a very weird and specific way, as in rowing, standing up, looking forward, instead of the normal way you row, which is looking backwards and rowing like this. So it's entirely backwards from the way that almost anybody had ever learned how to row a boat. So once you learn this skill and you pass a pretty tough swimming test, you can get accepted into Gondolier University. This is 12 to 18 months of rigorous study of a whole bunch of different subjects. Not just rowing the boat, but also language, to be able to speak to people in many different languages. Also, you have to learn in-depth history of almost everything in Venice, as well as be able to recite the entirety of the map of Venice and all the different waterways entirely from memory. Once you pass the rowing test and the swimming test and then this 12 to 18 months in Gondolier University, you then get an opportunity to potentially become one of the 470 allowed gondoliers in the whole city of Venice. As a result of how difficult it is and also how expensive it is, a typical gondola costs 20 to 50,000 euros right now. Because of the big expense and how difficult it is to actually become a gondolier, most of this is passed down from father to son, father to son, father to son over generations. And a lot of these gondoliers that are out here today are third, fourth, fifth, sometimes even sixth generation gondoliers who have been in a family of gondoliers forever. I just think it's absolutely amazing the amount of passion, effort, work, and skill that these gondoliers have. And for a lot of us, we just kind of see them as, unfortunately, rowboat captains to show us around a city, but they are so much more than that. This spot right here is definitely the best view of the Rialto.
Cross the Rialto Bridge and come down by the fish market, loop all the way around, this is it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get to, but this is the spot. If you really want to get the perfect Instagram shot, I think this is the place.
Now it's time to go up there to the rooftop.
So the waiting area before they actually, I guess, open this up, is that what they do, or do we go up to the roof?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure what to expect here. The waiting area is just filled with this circle of clocks, and it's not really clear what's actually going to happen or what's going on. But we showed them our reservation. They were like, yes, please, welcome. Come on in and wait.
It's kind of funny that you're in a waiting area and there are clocks surrounding you.
Yeah, it's a cool area. It's a cool art exhibit. We don't really know what we're doing. The clocks in here are this amazing videotape of just these guys pushing trash in a direct line to make a clock. It's really cool looking.
How cool would it be if all of a sudden at our 3:15 time slot, everything just fell down like dominoes and we were bam in the terrace.
Ooh, I think that's the secret door to go out to the terrace. It looks like it's not actually in here. It's somewhere out there. This is all very James Bond stuff. All I have to say is, wow. That sums it up. definitely going to put the link for this one down below. You got to do this while you're here. This is just... It's a light.
What are you doing?
I just got to know what it is.
Why?
I just do.
On our second date, I felt like I learned everything that I need to know about Josh. We were walking along the pier of San Francisco, and instead of looking at the water, instead of looking at the view, all this beautiful architecture, he was poking around an electrical box. He said, I just have to know. This goes to the internet, this goes to the phone line. He just has to know how everything works. That's Josh summed up.
Okay, it's about gondola ride o'clock, so we gotta head, there. We gotta get going. Okay, so that was an obvious marketing tactic just to get you into their exorbitantly expensive, super bougie duty-free store mall thing, but it was an effective one.
Oh, totally. We didn't buy anything.
I didn't buy anything, but it was absolutely beautiful view at the top, and also the literal only free toilet in Venice is on the first and second floor.
2 free toilets.
2 free toilets in Venice. The actual only ones in the whole place, besides the one in your hotel room, are in there. I think it's worth a stop. Usually I hate these guided tours, truthfully, but I'm pretty excited for this one. I think it'll be really cool. Channel 5. There we go. Number 1.
This is so amazing. Words just can't explain the wonder. If you have the budget and the ability, definitely do this. This is so cool. Bye. This is so cool. Getting a little rocky now. Just kidding. was so cool. I could stay in there forever. The tour itself was okay. Some of the audio was cutting in and out, but that was okay. I honestly at some point just took it off and enjoyed my surroundings. That was the best way to enjoy this ride, honestly. What a cool experience. I never...
Okay, last interesting gondolier fact, I promise. We learned on the tour that each of the individual gondoliers has to have something unique, something special, something different about the way that they operate their tours to be able to get their license. So they have to offer something that no other gondolier can offer. For some of them it was telling jokes, some of them it was singing. For some of them it was just their tremendous skill kind of navigating the waterways, but each one of them has this very unique style of doing their tour, and I just think it's awesome. You're never going to have the same tour twice. Just the saddest looking thing in the world. Oh God, what a disaster.
Okay.
This is how we do it.
You're making me nervous now.
So after that, you can expect to pay between 50% almost all of that. Now I just want to talk for a minute before we actually get on the gondola ride about these gondoliers and their history and how they actually, dang it, tried so hard and got so far, and in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.